This Xbox update can't come soon enough, and good thing it already rolled out. Check out these new Xbox controllers. Sony won't budge. How will Xbox respond? It's time to move on from your Xbox One. Just a reminder, if you take a look down at the description below, I have links for all sorts of Xbox gear. If you want to get in on this new generation of Xbox cloud gaming, I also have some links for some Samsung TVs that support the Xbox Game Pass app that they're coming out with. What's up, guys, and welcome back to another weekend edition of Xbox Ready, and this is a very exciting edition of the weekend update because I'm back in the studio with Jimmy Champagne, the man himself. The world has kept us apart, but you cannot stop Gamers Ready. We have to do it. We always make our way back to talk about video games, to discuss the latest and greatest news on Xbox, and then we do the reverse version of PlayStation news on PS Ready. So if you're interested in that, check that out as well.
We found a new PS5.
A new PS5, cheaper to make, lighter.
It's running with less power, 20 watts less power, and much cooler.
Yeah,
and it's a pound lighter than the launch model.
Less power, and conveniently we find that out at a time when we learn that standby mode and instant on the Xbox Series X consumes like a buttload of power. But we have some other exciting hardware news to cover. We got some new controllers. We finally got an update about this mysterious white Elite Series controller that's been floating around ever since you sent that random video to me at like 3 in the morning and was like, check this out. And I was like, what?
Man,
and
that was funny.
I hate to break the magic for you guys, anyone who's watching, but we filmed these videos a couple days in advance. Wednesday, I put up a video and I was like, I'd love to get some new information about this white Elite Series 2.
That's how it always goes,
Microsoft hasn't even acknowledged it yet, and as soon as I put that video up, they put up a post on the Xbox Wire saying, meet the new Xbox White Elite Series 2 Core. This is the new Elite Series, the white version that we've been seeing floating around, and it's cheaper, so that's some good moves. But it is, for clarification, it is still the Elite Series 2. They're basically saying, hey, if you just want the controller, you don't want all the extra stuff like, you know, the thumbsticks that you can swap out and the paddles that you can put in the back. If you just want the controller, we'll sell it to you for $129.99. If you want all that other stuff, you'll pay another $60, which is basically the same price as an Elite Series 2.
I'm not a huge fan of this because the new one is more durable, and they're basically saying, yeah, we're selling the accessories separate because you can buy this new more durable one and put it in your accessory case from your less durable Elite Series 2.
So as Jimmy just said, they did in this Xbox Wire post acknowledge, they said, we've heard players loud and clear and have continued to improve the Elite Series 2 controllers to be more reliable than ever before with refined components that are built to last.
Yeah, like, what are you going to do about the one I spent $180 on?
Come on, man. Just because you bought a controller years ago means that they can't release a new one that's improved.
Well, they should
better.
call it the Elite Series 3 then.
Well, that's coming later, man. That's coming
I think
later.
maybe the leakers got confused and heard about this like updated model, right? Because this is hardware different from the other two. The other two, the Halo one and then the Elite Series 2. So then maybe they kind of got their wires crossed a little bit.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be waiting a little bit longer for the 3.
We might, yeah. Leakers might have been confused. Jess Gordon was saying that, oh, this holiday season, there's going to be a new Elite Series.
And there is technically.
And there just happens to be this white Elite Series 2 Core coming out this holiday season. It's available for pre-order right now. It's not officially out yet. I think this is perfect for people like me who already have the Elite Series 2. I already have all the accessories, and I can use them with this new controller that's more durable, and it looks cooler because it's white and it's two-tone and it looks freaking clean as hell. And on top of this, they're also bringing the Elite Series 2 to the Design Lab. Today we're announcing coming this holiday, you will be able to do just that. Customize. When we bring the Elite Series controller to the Xbox Design Lab, we're excited to bring more choices to gamers around the world and can't wait to see how fans reimagine what it is to be elite. It seems from the little teaser that they've put out from this blog post, you can only change the color of the middle, but it's a start. We'll see when it officially launches on the Design Lab, but
if you can only change the middle, why don't they just release a bunch of colors like Sony does? You know, with the DualSense, you can get the red one, the blue one, the purple one, the black one, the white one. There's a gray camo one now. What, they just are out there. You can just go to Best Buy and pick those up. Why don't they just make more Elite controllers that you can just buy?
I'm sure that the other options will come because the whole point of the Design Lab is obviously changing the thumbsticks. And
are they going to cost more?
Well, I mean, obviously, because if you just do a regular controller, it costs more. Obviously, they put a little fee.
What are they doing?
They're giving players the options to customize and make it personal to them this controller that they're going to spend a lot of time with, develop a special bond to, say, hey, that's my controller whenever a friend comes over and tries to use it, and say, no, you use the crappy controller where this trigger is stuck, and I use this fancy controller that I spent a lot of money on. I'm sure that we'll get a little bit more information once they come to the design lab, but hopefully you can change a little bit more than just the core. Do the special triggers and stuff make it impossible so we're like, you can't swap it out? Like,
I have
shut
no
up,
idea.
man.
This is crazy. If all you can change is the color of the middle of the controller in the design lab, and that controller costs more than $140, if I ever step foot into someone's house and see a pink Elite Series 2, I'm turning heel and walking right out. Just buy the white one.
But what if you don't want the white one? What if you have a pink skin on your Xbox Series X? Or maybe it matches your streaming setup and you want the pink Elite Series 2.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, hopefully they keep a list of everyone who orders a weird color. Everyone should just buy a DualSense Edge.
I was drumming you up at the beginning, but you could get the hell out of here with that crap.
We've got some great options.
You even admitted that. When
we got Cosmic Pink, Starlight Purple.
Those are Gatorade flavors, bro. What are you talking about?
Cool Blue Rush.
That's
Cucumber Mint.
Very exciting news. We will on Xbox Ready be able to go hands-on with this new Elite Series controller, so keep your eyes out for that if you want to keep up to date on how this thing actually looks, feels, the unboxing process. Make sure you like this video and subscribe. Keep an eye out for that because it's coming. We're gonna have it on the channel, the new Elite Series. So we gotta talk about this ongoing drama with Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. We've learned,
my boy,
so many
Jim Ryan,
juicy,
coming out swinging.
Dude, he's coming out swinging. He's whining and complaining, saying like, well, that's what's bothering me about. Okay, Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard. Sony doesn't like that. Sony all of a sudden is coming out of the woodwork and saying, we really need Call of Duty. We don't want them to put it on Game Pass. And they're trying to cry to these regulators and say, if they put it on, it's going to destroy everything that we've worked so hard to build. There is some interesting stuff going on here because Phil Spencer literally, I just talked about it in this past video, put out this blog post that said, we are committed to making Call of Duty available on all platforms for several more years. And then Sony comes out and Jim Ryan says, well, actually, they just came to us and said, we're going to make it available for 3 years after the current contract ends. So that's after the next 3 games come out, plus 3 years after that. And so I'm sure somewhere in the middle is the truth, but I don't know if this is just like he's trying to paint Microsoft in a bad light and say like Phil is basically lying to regulators.
Well, I think he's like looking at all these news stories where people are getting upset that they're offering this deal. They're saying, yep, we're reassuring them it's going to stay on PlayStation, and then Sony's going to the UK and being like, can you look into this again, and like going extra hard on it. So Jim Ryan's kind of defending himself a little bit. He's like, look, man, he's making it all vague in his blog post saying, oh, we're going to do it for several years. This guy called me up and said 6 years total, so 3 years that we already have contractually laid out plus 3 years, which
that would still go until like
inadequate.
2030 almost. Inadequate
is how Jim Ryan put it. I'm really not losing much here because I will continue to just buy the game on PC. It's just frustrating because this is the one time where I'm like, I kind of get it, because Call of Duty is the biggest game. It's like the biggest cream of the crop, biggest seller every year. Like, it got beat or matched by Elden Ring this year, but it was only because it had a bad game for once and also like still selling really well.
No one can deny that Call of Duty sells like hotcakes. Even like you said, even the games that aren't critically and from fans not well received still kills it in sales. My problem is that the discourse up until this point in the gaming community, it's been understood that PlayStation's dominance over Xbox is because of the strength of its first-party portfolio. Games like Spider-Man, games like The Last of Us, games like Uncharted, all those guys, right? Well, that's been the discourse. Xbox has no games, blah, 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 blah. And now they're trying to paint this picture of like, without Call of Duty, we are nothing. Without Call of Duty, people are going to have the audacity to buy Xbox consoles. Even Xbox is coming off a generation where they got absolutely gobsmacked, outsold more than 2-1. They didn't even sell half the amount of PlayStation 4s in the Xbox One generation. And you're telling me that because Call of Duty is going to be on Game Pass, suddenly Sony is going to collapse and the gaming industry is going to like go to hell.
I don't think that's as far as they're pushing it. I think it's more just like, look, this is a big seller and it will negatively impact us if it does come out, which is true. And I've seen a lot of people saying Sony does the same thing, but you got to look at the games they're buying. buying. It's like Final Fantasy 16. Who's buying Final Fantasy 16 on Xbox? 10 people.
People would buy it if they brought...
I mean, Square Enix released all these Kingdom Hearts games and Final Fantasy 15 on Xbox, and they probably got data that was like, wow, no one bought this shit on Xbox, so we're gonna take Sony's money to put it on PlayStation only, and it's a win-win.
How much effort did they put into marketing it on Xbox, porting it over? They wait years.
That'd be on Microsoft's side.
They do like the bare minimum to
it just
bring
depends
these
on
games
who
over.
paid the most with the marketing. It's not like Square Enix says, okay, we're gonna exclusively market this game on PlayStation. It's Sony offered us $5 million to market it on PlayStation, and Xbox offered us $3 million, so we're going with Sony.
Yeah, it's like these people, like, they don't know video games, they don't know the video game industry, but they know Call of Duty, so we got to really look into this and scrutinize it.
I think you'll see Warzone forever. I think Warzone will just always be on everything, and then they have a good marketing opportunity to be like, well, if you want to play the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 again, you can head over to Xbox and buy it there, right? Like,
if Call of Duty's on Game Pass, I think they're gonna be just fine, because like I said, they got a lot of other stuff going from them, and never did I think, like, I'm buying a PlayStation 5 to play Call of Duty exclusively, because I need to play Call of Duty. We got another Xbox update to cover, and this one, it's not being tested in the insider builds.
Yeah, well, we're getting features that you've had from the beginning, like 1440p, so...
But check this out. Can you do this on your PlayStation? And this, they're calling it Jump In with Friends. And it's this update. They want to drive more engagement with the social feed and the DVR function. But it's basically a function. So I'm scrolling through my feed and I see you posted a screenshot and or a clip, a game clip that you recorded on your Xbox. I see that and I'm like, whoa, that looks crazy. I can jump in and play the game from that exact moment in your clip or your screenshot.
Yeah, how's this gonna work?
It's cloud-based, so
I'm out.
I assume... The future is now, old man. So I assume, since it's cloud-based, that it's only limited to games on Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. So if I post a clip of me playing Elden Ring and you don't own a copy of Elden Ring, I'm sure that you won't be able to do that.
It would have to be like a demo situation, right? Like if it's a boss battle, they allow you to play that boss battle with that leveled up character your friend has.
So here's the example that they give in the Xbox Wire. It says, so the next time a friend shares an epic moment from their favorite game, like Forza Horizon 5, just tap play and start playing directly in a browser straight from their clip. So this is limited to it's mobile and PC.
Did they buy this from Google? Because remember, like, there was all those stories about like Bungie looking at buying the Stadia tech because Google's shutting it down. This was an advertised feature of Stadia. Like, you could watch a YouTube video of a game and then you could like go, oh, I want to play that race in Forza Horizon. And there'd be like a little banner under the YouTube video that said like play now, and it would take you to that moment. I don't know if they ever released it, but that was definitely a feature that they were like heavily advertising. I don't know. I think this is kind of cool. Their example of Forza Horizon 5 makes the most sense to me because that game really has almost no progression, right? Like, you unlock those big events, but you could theoretically jump in halfway through that game and just it would unlock, like, back unlock everything before that point.
Part of this update involves party noise chat suppression, background suppression.
Cool.
And that's something they've been testing in the Insider program for quite a while. And when it first came out to the Insider program, people were like, what the hell? This is making my mic sound like ass. So I haven't tested this feature out myself yet, but this is something that is supposed to function much like it does on Discord, where it's like it eliminates extraneous background noise below a certain decibel, like if there's a vacuum way in the back, or if there's like someone like chewing chips.
I just can't do it.
Don't.
Can it filter out people's smoke alarms?
You mean like when they're out of battery?
Yeah, like when it's out of battery and it's like, beep. This is a PSA. Go change your smoke detector's battery right now.
What you want to do if you want to activate this feature is open your guide, press that little Xbox button on your controller, go to parties and chats, and under options, you'll have a toggle that enables party chat noise suppression. So last but not least, we have yet another game that's leaving behind the last generation. They're saying goodbye, we've had enough. CD Projekt Red recently came out and said they're not doing any more updates or content for the Cyberpunk last generation version. That was a really roundabout way of saying that.
God, that should have never came out on Xbox One or PS4.
They've kind of had the short stick from the jump with that game.
It's crazy. I played that game at launch on PC and like it was hard to run. Sometimes like it would drop to 55 FPS, but that's really the only big issue I had with it. And I think that game is like pretty damn good. I've replayed it a couple times. I love the shooting in it. The gun animations are like almost on par with a Call of Duty game. They run laps around Bethesda with Fallout, and it's crazy. This new expansion, Phantom Liberty, looks really cool. V is joining up with the new United States of America, and Johnny Silverhand is back. They got more lines from Keanu Reeves. The big downside for me, this is the only expansion they're doing for Cyberpunk, and then they're moving on to another Witcher game, and they said that there's going to be multiple new Witcher games. Where does Cyberpunk fit in? I want more Cyberpunk.
You
like the
because
Witcher.
I love the freaking Witcher.
Yeah, I also love the Witcher. I just want to know, like, if we're gonna get on an alternating schedule like we have with Fallout and Elder Scrolls, or if it's going to be like Cyberpunk, Phantom Liberty, 3 Witcher games, and then when I'm 55 I'll get a new Cyberpunk game, you know? Because those games take a long time to make.
I think they've done an admirable job since launch with the updates and the content, but this presents a problem specifically with Xbox One owners because they had this whole bundle, special edition Cyberpunk Xbox One console. Microsoft has said we'll give you a credit for the expansion that you're not getting.
Oh,
but
did that console come with the game?
Yeah.
And then is it like the ultimate version of the game with the season pass?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
You also got a voucher for the DLC whenever that was going to come out. And obviously they delayed it because they had a bunch of other problems to fix. But now that voucher that they got is useless. Microsoft is like, my bad, bro.
Well, I mean, if they get a Series X, they'll be able to play the DLC. I also saw that we got a new Edge Runners update, which is the new anime coming out next week. And if you see stuff in the show that reminds you of a place in the game, you like see an item. Like they use an example, I think, of like there's a bridge that shows up in the trailer that I saw, and I was like, oh, I know where that bridge is. And there's a gun at the bridge, I guess, and you can just go get the gun in the game. Like if you see it in the show, which is cool. And they also added in a new mission where you rescue one of the characters from the show. It's like a new fixer job, and they added in all the costumes from the show as well, and they added transmog. Wear good stat items, but then make your V look really cool. They're also rebuilding the police chase system, because that's been a big criticism, that the police just kind of appear 3 blocks away when you have a wanted level. So they're rebuilding that completely for next year when the expansion comes out, and also they're rebuilding the vehicle combat, because in the initial trailer they were making it look like some of the gangs could just roll up on you while you're driving and you get in like a vehicle fight like the one at the beginning of the game, and that wasn't in the game, but they're adding it in for free, except for the Xbox One. So yeah, I'm overall very pleased. I am excited to see what these studios do, what these publishers do when they have full, like they just go balls to the wall with these next gen games.